Welcome back to our channel. We really appreciate you guys, and I hope you guys have an amazing day. Let's just jump right into it. Garfield has lasted the test of time. It literally over generations, and honestly, it really hasn't had its due justice yet. And also, mini mods are returning. We really want to thank you guys for the love in the comments in the previous video. It really makes their day and makes it well worth it, to be honest. Of course, we can't jump into it without giving you guys the question of the day: spaghetti or lasagna? Major marketing behind this movie, and you already know what his favorite is. So what do you enjoy? Me personally, I'm more of a spaghetti type of guy. Lasagna can be a little bit thick, and if after that, you're definitely getting the itis for the rest of the day, so you could just cancel Christmas at that point. Without any further ado,
let's check it out.
Please, no. Ow, it's so hot. Ow, it really hurts. Ow, ow, ow.
And that's why we should go from Sunday to Tuesday.
all right, we got this animated film directed by Mark Dindal, who is known for directing both Chicken Little and Emperor's New Groove. We start with Garfield, voiced by, of course, Chris Pratt, giving us a proper introduction to him and John, how they really met, really a quick run through just to kind of bring everybody up to speed. It starts in the course of what we've been seeing in the trailers with the baby Garfield, of course, adorable, merch all over the land, and this kind of tells you the story before the real journey begins. And Garfield living his best life at this point and really bringing a lot of those iconic moments to the big screen early on. But then everything changes when his unexpected reunion comes with his long-lost father, who's also voiced by none other than Samuel L. Jackson. The dynamic between the two with Garfield and Victor, right off the bat, hilarious, heartwarming, and very, very engaging. It creates an adventure with Garfield as, you know, he's in his cozy lifestyle at this point, but then he's just thrown into this jarring adventure with his father, a loyal friend, and it creates a dynamic where you have to learn and trust one another to get through this process, or it's not gonna work. You learn about forgiveness, overcoming obstacles, and really facing your fears. I have to point out the animation and the phenomenal job that they did. Key moments of like the fur and the wind when they're on the train rides, the cheese fluttering over the lasagna, you could really tell the touches that they put on this.
Another thing I liked about the movie is me and Garfield both love pizza and spaghetti.
The thing that I like about the Garfield movie is how Garfield and John met up and Garfield ate all of his food. I like how Garfield was taking care of John even though John was supposed to be taking care of Garfield.
Even with the flashbacks, it's like they wanted to make sure they told you the story within the story, but not bore you with the same techniques throughout the whole entire runtime.
They did a really good job with the main characters' backstories. You'll get to see a side of Garfield never seen before, and then you start to understand why he's so obsessed with food and where it originated from. And speaking of characters, I honestly never understood why all the animals could talk except for Odie. With Garfield starting in 1978, I guess Odie has only said 2 words, but in a comic release in June of 1980, giving the perfect line, "I'm hungry," of course, he is the MVP of the film. This is definitely a family movie. Lots of adults were in there. They were laughing, truly enjoying themselves. And the humor hits just right for all ages. And the sound was surprisingly great. The action scenes were thrilling, and some parts of the retelling really caught me off guard. And if you aren't paying attention, you might miss some fantastic details. There aren't many negatives to point out, but it's worth noting that the film leans heavily into being a kids' movie at times. It's clear that certain scenes and elements are specifically designed for younger audiences, making it feel more like a children's film than a typical family movie.
In previous movies, especially kid movies, we want to make sure that we address the attention span factor. With the runtime of an hour and about 40 minutes, there are a couple lulls between the interactions between the villain and Garfield's group, creating a lot of subplots that don't really have a true meaning to the film, but it needs to happen to, build up a relationship that we just all met together at this point.
If you're a Garfield fan, I'm sure that you're going to love this movie.
Yeah, I agree. It is a great family movie, and I hope everyone will enjoy it.
So for this, we give Garfield safe for stream. Great animation, a good family movie, really feeds into the fanfare.
All right, my beautiful people. Have you seen the new Garfield movie yet? What was your first introduction to Garfield, especially with him being a staple in various forms of media over the years? Thank you guys for sticking to the end with us and, hanging out with us for a little bit. Be sure before you leave to like, comment, subscribe, y'all. And until next time, we will catch y'all on our next video. Bye.